Did you know that the average person spends over 30% of their day being uncreative? That's right. More than a quarter of our time is spent on autopilot, missing out on our creative potential. But what if you could change that and boost your creativity daily? In 2024, it's time to shake things up and reclaim your creative power. Whether you're an artist, a writer, or someone who just wants to think outside the box, this guide is for you. You'll discover simple yet powerful habits that can transform your daily routine and spark your imagination like never before. Get ready to explore morning rituals that set your brain on fire, unconventional brainstorming techniques that break the mold, and playful strategies that turn work into fun. We'll dive into the science of creative flow, show you how to use micro moments for inspiration, and reveal how strategic downtime can actually enhance your creativity. So, are you ready to unlock your full creative potential and make 2024 your most inventive year yet? Let's dive in and start boosting your creativity today. Chapter 1. Wake up your mind, morning creativity rituals. Starting your day with the right mindset can make all the difference in your creativity. Research shows that our brains are most creative in the morning, thanks to something called sleep inertia. That's the slight grogginess you feel right after waking up, which actually makes your mind more open to new ideas. So how can you tap into this? First, try a quick creative journaling session. Spend just 5 minutes writing down anything that comes to mind. Don't worry about making sense or being perfect. This is for your eyes only. Julia Cameron, in her book The Artist's Way, calls this morning pages. It's a way to clear the mental clutter and let your creativity flow. Another great technique is sensory stimulation. Our brains thrive on new experiences, so wake up your senses first thing in the morning. Try a different scent of coffee, listen to a new type of music, or step outside and feel the morning air. These small changes can jolt your brain into a creative state. Lastly, incorporate some light exercise. A study from Stanford University found that walking boosts creative inspiration by up to 60%. So, a short walk or some gentle yoga can be the perfect way to start your day creatively. Chapter 2. Brainstorm like a maverick. Break the rules to innovate. When it comes to brainstorming, forget what you know. The traditional approach often leads to the same old ideas. To really innovate, you need to break the rules. One method is reverse brainstorming. Instead of asking, how can we solve this problem? Ask, how could we make this problem worse? It sounds strange, but it helps you see the issue from a completely different angle. Another technique is role-playing different personas. Imagine how someone from a different profession or background would approach your challenge. Steve Jobs once said, "Creativity is just connecting things." By stepping into someone else's shoes, you're more likely to connect ideas in unexpected ways. Embrace constraints too. It might seem counterintuitive, but limits can actually drive creativity. A study from the Harvard Business Review found that teams that worked within strict boundaries came up with more innovative solutions. So, set a timer or limit your resources and see how your mind finds creative ways to overcome those barriers. Chapter 3. Curate your curiosity, the art of intentional exploration. Creativity doesn't just happen. It's something you can cultivate by feeding your curiosity, but not all curiosity is created equal. To truly boost your creativity, you need to explore intentionally. That means seeking out new experiences and information that's outside your usual interests. For example, try learning about a hobby that's completely foreign to you. If you're into tech, maybe explore pottery or classical music. Leonardo da Vinci was known for his wide-ranging curiosity, and it's no coincidence that he was one of history's most creative minds. Another tactic is to mix up your media consumption. If you usually read nonfiction, try a novel. If you're into podcasts, switch to documentaries for a while. According to a study published in the Journal of Consumer Research, diversifying your media diet can lead to more creative ideas. Finally, don't underestimate the power of talking to people outside your circle. Different perspectives challenge your thinking and introduce you to new ideas. This is why many creative breakthroughs happen in unexpected places, because fresh inputs lead to fresh outputs. Chapter 4. Creative flow on demand. Mastering the power of micro moments. You don't need hours to be creative. In fact, some of the best ideas come during micro moments, those brief pockets of time we usually overlook. The key is to learn how to tap into these moments and use them to fuel your creativity. One way to do this is by carrying a small notebook or using a note-taking app on your phone. Whenever an idea pops into your head, jot it down. Thomas Edison was famous for this, keeping thousands of notebooks filled with ideas. You never know when a micro moment could lead to your next big breakthrough. Another technique is to set a timer for just 5 minutes and challenge yourself to come up with as many ideas as possible on a given topic. This rush of time pressure can spark a burst of creativity, known as the eureka effect. It's like giving your brain a quick workout. Finally, make use of those in-between times. Waiting in line, commuting, or even brushing your teeth. Use these moments to daydream or brainstorm. A study by the University of California found that people who let their minds wander during these micro moments were more likely to come up with creative solutions later on. Don't forget to subscribe if you're into this. And let's move on to the next part. Chapter 5. Mind-bending play. Gamify your creative process. Creativity flourishes when it's fun. That's why turning your creative process into a game can be so effective. When you gamify your tasks, you remove the pressure and open yourself up to new ideas. It's like tricking your brain into creativity. Start by setting up small creative challenges for yourself. For example, give yourself 10 minutes to come up with 5 new business ideas, or challenge yourself to create something using only 3 random objects. This approach is inspired by the constraints-led approach used in learning and development, which has been shown to boost creativity by forcing the brain to think differently. Another tactic is to use creativity cards or dice. These tools, like the oblique strategies cards created by Brian Eno and Peter Schmidt, offer prompts that can jolt you out of a creative rut. Each card or roll of the dice presents a new challenge or perspective, helping you see your work from a fresh angle. You can also turn your workspace into a playground. A study from the University of Minnesota found that people working in a messy environment came up with more creative ideas than those in a tidy space. So don't be afraid to let your desk get a little chaotic. Surround yourself with toys, art, or anything that sparks joy and creativity. Chapter 6. Reboot with rest, the secret power of strategic downtime. Rest isn't just about recharging, it's a crucial part of the creative process. Many of history's greatest minds, from Einstein to Dali, understood the importance of rest for creativity. Strategic downtime allows your brain to process information and make new connections. One way to harness the power of rest is through something called creative rest. This doesn't mean just lying on the couch. It's about engaging in activities that relax your mind while still keeping it active, like taking a walk in nature or doodling. A study published in the Journal of Environmental Psychology found that people who spent time in nature showed a 50% increase in creativity. Mindfulness practices are another great way to rest creatively. Techniques like meditation or deep breathing can help clear mental clutter, making room for new ideas. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that mindfulness can increase the brain's gray matter, which is involved in decision-making and creativity. Don't underestimate the power of daydreaming either. When your mind wanders, it's actually processing information and making connections you might not be aware of. In fact, a study by the University of California found that daydreamers are better at solving creative problems than those who stay focused. Chapter 7. Think like an outsider, disrupt your comfort zone. Stepping out of your comfort zone is one of the best ways to boost creativity. When you think like an outsider, you see things from a new perspective. This approach is called outsider thinking, and it's been shown to lead to more innovative ideas. One way to do this is by adopting a beginner's mindset. Even if you're an expert in your field, try approaching problems as if you know nothing about them. This is known as Shoshin in Zen Buddhism, and it encourages openness and curiosity. Steve Jobs often spoke about the value of staying curious and thinking like a beginner. Another strategy is creative disruption. Deliberately challenge your usual ways of thinking by doing something completely out of the ordinary. For example, if you usually work in a quiet space, try working in a busy cafe. A study from the University of Illinois found that moderate background noise can actually enhance creative thinking. Seek out unfamiliar environments too. Travel, even if it's just to a new part of your city, can expose you to different cultures and ideas. This exposure can lead to creative breakthroughs, as shown in a study published in the Academy of Management Journal, which found that living abroad significantly enhances creativity. Chapter 8. The power of habit. Crafting a creative environment. Your environment plays a huge role in your creativity. By crafting a space that inspires you, you can make creativity a habit. This idea is supported by research from the University of Exeter, which found that employees who had control over their workspace were 32% more productive and more creative. Start by decluttering your workspace. A clear space leads to a clear mind, which is essential for creativity. But don't strip it down too much. Personal touches like plants or art can boost your mood and creativity. A study by Texas A&M University found that having plants in the office increases creativity by 15%. Incorporate sensory elements into your environment. Light, color, and even scent can all influence your creative output. Blue light, for example, has been shown to enhance cognitive performance, including creativity, and certain scents, like lavender and rosemary, have been found to improve memory and creativity. Finally, establish routines that foster creativity. This might mean setting aside specific times for creative work or establishing rituals that signal it's time to create, like lighting a candle or playing a particular piece of music. Habits like these can help train your brain to enter a creative state more easily. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for new videos every week.